Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my latest videos. Fox and the Goat. Once upon a time, a fox fell into a well and couldn't get out. A goat came by and asked the fox if the water was good. The fox said it was the best water he had ever tasted. And the goat was so thirsty that he jumped into the well too. Now they were both stuck. The fox said to the goat, "I have an idea. You stand on your hind legs and I will climb up your back and jump out of the well. Then I will help you out." The goat did as the fox said, and the fox was able to jump out of the well. But then the fox just walked away, leaving the goat stranded. "You fool," the goat called after him. "Why did you leave me?" The fox turned and said, "If you had as much sense as you have beard, you wouldn't have jumped into the well in the first place." Moral of the story: look before you leap. Elephant and the Ant. Once upon a time, there was a huge elephant who was always picking on the ants. He would step on their homes and crush them, and he would laugh when they cried. One day, a little ant had had enough. He climbed up onto the elephant's trunk and bit him. The elephant was so surprised and angry that he tried to shake the ant off, but the ant held on tight. The elephant stomped and trumpeted, but the ant wouldn't let go. Finally, the elephant gave up and let the ant go. The ant smiled and said, "Now you know how it feels to be picked on. Next time, you'll think twice before hurting someone smaller than you." The elephant was ashamed and promised never to pick on the ants again. The moral of the story is that size doesn't matter. Even the smallest person can make a difference. The Eagle and the Beetle. Once upon a time, the eagle was chasing the hare. An eagle swooped down and carried off a hare. Despite the beetle's pleas for mercy, the beetle was furious and vowed to get revenge. The next day, the beetle rolled the eagle's eggs out of her nest. The eagle was furious, but she could not catch the beetle, who was too small and quick. The eagle built a new nest even higher up on a mountain. But the beetle found her again. The eagle was now completely defeated. She had been punished for her pride and her cruelty. And she had learned that even the smallest creature can be a formidable enemy. Moral of the story: even the weakest may find means to avenge a wrong. The lazy boy. Once upon a time, there was a lazy boy named Jack. He never wanted to do anything. He would sleep all day and play video games all night. His parents were very worried about him. They tried to get him to help out around the house, but he would always refuse. One day, Jack's parents decided to send him to live with his grandparents. Jack's grandparents were very strict. They made him get up early and go to bed early. They also made him help out around the house. At first, Jack hated living with his grandparents. But after a while, he started to realize that they were right. He started to feel better about himself when he was helping out. And he started to get more sleep when he went to bed early. After a few months, Jack had changed a lot. He was no longer lazy. He was now a hard worker, and he was much happier. The moral of the story is that hard work pays off. If you are lazy, you will never be happy. But if you are willing to work hard, you will achieve your goals and be happy. Belling the cat. Once upon a time, the mice were gathered in the kitchen, discussing how to protect themselves from the cat. "I have an idea," said a young mouse. "We can put a bell around the cat's neck. That way, we will always know when she's coming." The other mice all agreed that this was a good idea. But then an old mouse spoke up. "Who will bell the cat?" he asked. The mice all looked at each other, but no one volunteered. They were all too afraid. In the end, the mice decided that they would rather live in fear of the cat than risk being caught. Moral of the story: it's easy to come up with plans, but it's much harder to carry them out.